My husband kidnapped my daughter and almost used her for ritual, but thankfully, she got rejected by the herbalist. Welcome, guys, to another episode of our storytelling. Remember that any story I post on this page, they are not mine. It was either sent to me by a follower or I saw it randomly on the internet and I decided to share. Now, this woman said 20 years ago was when this thing happened, that she was with her husband as at that time when they started their marriage. It was difficult. Things was very difficult for them. Nothing was moving fine. Her husband was a bricklayer while she was just a petty trader. And the kind of bricklayer that her husband was not that type that received job all the time. He didn't even finish learning work. He was just those type that he would just join body with those people that used to go and build house. And sometimes would give him little change. And because things were so difficult, they were finding it hard to feed. Now, a couple of years into their marriage, they were still believing that, miracle is going to happen. She got pregnant and she birthed a baby girl. Now, she said exactly when that child was almost a year old, there's a particular day that her husband came to her and told her that, that their marriage, that there's something wanted to tell her, that now that there's not long that they got married and they just birthed this girl, and because things are so difficult, why don't they seek for spiritual help? She said when her husband was telling her this thing, she thought that the man was suggesting they go to like church and do prayers and fasting to look for solution. And she was like, okay, no problem. Then a couple of days after they had that discussion, the man came to her, as her husband came to her and was happy, and he told her that he has finally seen someone that can do the work for them, right? That now what they require is just for him to carry their daughter to the person. The woman was like, carry our daughter to the person. Is it not prayer and fasting we are supposed to do? Which one is carry our daughter to the person? Then the husband was like, now that's part of the thing that comes with the spiritual work, that the Baba told him that he should bring any of his family member that he loves. They'll just do a one-time thing. Not that it will affect the person, but they'll use part of the person's glory to do one or two things, then he will start making money. That was what the man told her. She said when the man told her this thing, she was like, she didn't believe, she thought he was playing. Then she dismissed it initially, but the days that followed after that discussion, he kept bringing it up. He was telling her, let's just do it now, let's just do it. She was not asking the man, let's just do what with our child? Are you for real? What if something happens to this child? What are you saying? This child is young, like this child is not 1 to 2 years. Like, she did not agree. But she said ever since that day, the husband became like, I don't know, he started misbehaving, he started fighting and shouting, became like getting angry unnecessarily, making life unbearable for her, to the point that he kept on threatening her, that she got so scared that she could not even leave the child with her husband to go and buy something, because she's scared that maybe this man can do something. So because he kept on being persuasive for them to do that nonsense, she just decided that, she needs to protect her daughter. Then she carried her daughter, went to her maternal place, that's her mother's place, and stayed there. Of which Amanda asked her, this one that you're here with your daughter, what is happening? She just gave them flimsy excuse and tried to cover up for the man. She didn't want to tell them what she was facing in her marriage. And she said there was a day she left her daughter with her younger sister in her maternal house. They went to do something, right? Then when she came back, she did not see her daughter. Then she asked her sister, where my picking? Like, what's happening? The sister was like, her father came to carry her out, like, and, the sister just gave her that, feedback, thinking that this is the child's father. So she that's why she didn't even bother to maybe fight the father and say, oh, don't carry her. She said she just freely gave the child to her father, because the man told her that, I want to go and buy something with my daughter. She said when her younger sister told her this thing, that's when she understood what was happening. She started shouting, where my picking? People around was asking her, what's happening? But she can't tell them that, oh, my husband came to carry our daughter, and I know the reason why he came to carry her is because he wanted to use her for ritual. She said she didn't know how she was going to say it, but she was just shouting. She ran to their house. She did not see him. She was praying. She was crying. She was just, she waited and waited and waited. And I think the next day evening, the husband came back with the daughter. She said when she saw the daughter, she just dragged the girl from the man. She was fighting the man, like, what did you do with my child? Where did you take her to? Where did you, saying a lot of things. The man just said, I just took her out now. What is there? Besides, I said, the thing I even went to do not even work. That's what the man said. The thing I went to do didn't even work. I better carry your picking, come on for you. The man was now reluctant. He was angry. So, to our own understanding, after a whole lot of back and forth with the man, she understood that the daughter that the man, that's their daughter that her husband carried to go and give the Baba for the ritual purposes, the Baba rejected the child, saying that this kind of child is not somebody that, it's not all everybody they use for this kind of a thing. Then told the man to go and bring somebody else. That was how God saved her daughter from her husband. She said after that day, she carried her pikin, left that vicinity as a whole, and told the man that she's no longer interested in the marriage, told her family to return the bride price and everything. That her family was asking her, what is happening between her husband? What is going on? She cannot tell them that this is the reason why this is the reason why I'm separating from my husband. Her husband cannot say the same thing either because it's an abomination to the ear, right? She said she went to another place, in fact to another state, to start her life afresh, she and her daughter. Now that child is almost 20 something years old, and the child wants to get married. Guess who is coming to ask for bride price? I want to stand as a father. The girl's father, the same person I wanted to use her for ritual. He has been fighting this woman. Say, why do you want to deprive me of my right for my daughter? Now that she wants to get married, I'm the one that's supposed to take her bride price. Saying a whole lot of things. The daughter is still asking her today, Mommy, why don't you want daddy to stand as a father? She said she doesn't know how she's going to tell this daughter of hers that. This papa way they asked me this question, he wanted to use you for ritual purpose. She said she doesn't know how she's going to tell him. The man is still fighting. Everybody around is asking her, Madam, this I know that you and this man, you are not together anymore. But let him stand as the father to this child. But she said she doesn't want it to happen because she know what the man put her through years back when he was trying to use the same child for ritual. Now she's asking, how is she going to do this thing? Should she tell the daughter the whole thing that happened? That when you were young, your father almost used you for ritual purpose, but it's God that saved you because the Baba rejected you. She said, should she tell her daughter? Because she know if she tells that girl, that so like if she tells the girl, the whole family, including her family and her father's family, is going to hear, and she doesn't want a situation whereby it will not start things will happen, then old wound will open. Like she doesn't even want it. Now she's saying, how can she balance this? And that she doesn't want the man to stand as a father, because this is the same child you wanted to own her life. If not for the intervention of God and she having sense to run away from him, carry the child away, would have done worse. Because as at that time, the man suggested it. The man even told her that she's going to bet more children now. So what is there? Let them just use their first child as a sacrifice. Do you get? Because the thing no work. Now the child is already grown. The man want to reap from where he did not sow. What do you guys think she should do? Should she tell her daughter that your daddy wanted to use you? Or should she lie and cover up for the man? Or should she just let everything die and let the man stand as a father for the daughter on her wedding day? What do you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to keep your stories coming. To share a story with me, please send me a DM or please send me a message to the email on my bio. Some people, it is well.